welcome to Theater for the New City, and thank you for coming to Aunt Susan and her Tennessee Waltz. I want to start out by saying Happy Mother's Day. I honor las madres, las tías, daughters, and all the and there are a couple of announcements to make. First of all, the cast requests that you keep your masks on during the performance. That's the other thing I want to tell you is that there is one intermission that lasts about 12 minutes. And in that time, we ask that you leave the theater, clear the space. Also, notice the exit signs. These are the emergency exits in the unlikely case of an emergency. They lead you out to the 10th Street side of the building. If you have a cell phone, any kind of gadget that makes a noise, please turn it off now. And there is no photography, no video, no recording of any kind of this performance, not unless you're Joan. With that said, one last thing, Theater for the New City, we have a program for, after-school program for the children in the neighborhood and around the area. We teach kids about journaling, about starting their artistic lives, telling their stories into the world. And it's been underfunded, and we count on our supporters, our friends, to help fund this very vital program that we believe in. So I'll be outside with a basket. If you have any generous donations or and I'll be super nice to you, I promise. With that said, enjoy Aunt Susan and her Tennessee Waltz.
The lesson learned is, if you are rich or poor, doesn't matter. Everyone is deserving of equal rights. Everyone should be equal under the law, rich or poor, colored or white, doesn't matter. I shall persistently continue to urge all women to the practical recognition of the old revolutionary maxim that resistance to tyranny is obedience to God.
Susan B. Anthony, at last.
Miss Nellie Bly, kind of you to come.
She's sitting in that low rocking chair, an image of restfulness and repose.
Nellie Bly, famous reporter, famous for interviewing famous people and asking searching, probing, personal questions. I will be calm and good-natured.
I hear she's always calm and good-natured. And look at her. Her small-shaped head, silk and snowy white hair combed smoothly back over her ears, just resting against the back of the chair.
172 speeches last year. And the year before that, even more, sometimes 3 speeches a day. Before that, how many thousands of miles.
Her shawl had fallen from her shoulders.
I need my shawl.
Her hands folded idly in her lap.
Must keep from fidgeting.
See the feet crossed, just peeping from beneath the edge of her skirt. She's posing for a picture. It's perfect.
Mind, honor the press. Remember the power of the press. Keep everybody happy.
Tell me, what was the cause of your being a suffragist? How did you begin?
That question again. Doesn't matter. Does matter. I said to my sisters in disgust, can't you talk about anything else? I was bored with the whole subject. And the family going on and on at the dinner table every night. Of course, that was more than 60 years ago. She's waiting for an answer.
She's not answering the question. Miss Anthony, how old were you when you first knew you would spend your life fighting for women's rights?
When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a Quaker minister. I thought God would inspire me, talk to me.
A minister, Susan.
Instead, it's my father talking, and he's raising one eyebrow, which is what he always does when he's about to say something final.
I suggest you learn to make a living.
Teaching was it, all that we women were allowed.
How old were you?
15. I lived in the house of a Quaker lady. I taught her children and the neighbors' children 3 hours before dinner and 3 hours after. I got $1 a week and my board.
You'll get along very well, Susan, I'm sure. I mean, the children can be a little rowdy, but that shouldn't be any problem. And if Victor gets out of hand, he's so much larger than the others. But seeing as you're a girl, not like the last teacher who was a man.
Well, what happened to the last teacher?
Well, Victor threw him out the window. But it was all a misunderstanding. I'm sure it won't happen again.
Who's that?
That's any schoolmarm, her.
What you gonna teach us, schoolmarm? She must be real smart, huh? Are you real smart? Hey, Victor, how about it? You gonna do like last time?
Put me down, Victor.
No.
How dare you? This instant.
Oh, you know, here's a nice open window. See, Daisy? Ow! That's my ear!
You
Oh,
are
hey!
going to be...
You're hurt! Ma! She's whooping me, Ma!
Your first school, were you frightened?
No, I wasn't the least bit timid.
Did you ever whip any of your scholars?
I did, of course. In those days, it was the only way, we thought. But as I got older, I always felt less a woman when I struck a blow. So I stopped.
And you were content to be a teacher?
I got used to it, see, but the gold rush. 1849, oh, I want to go to Alaska. I'll find so much gold, so much precious dust. I'll have $100,000, and I'll quit being a schoolmom forever. Oh, if only I were a man, I could.
And then?
I began working for the Women's Temperance Society. We were gathering signatures to present to the New York State Legislature. We traveled to 54 counties in the winter, upstate New York, blizzards, ice storms, walking through slush up to door after door.
My signature on that filthy paper? Ah,
But this is for the Women's Temperance Society.
I can't be bothered.
Hello, my name is Susan B. Anthony.
My husband would never let me.
Hello, my name is...
Leave us alone!
But this one. She's wiping her hands on her apron. I can hear a child whimpering in the kitchen.
Yes.
She doesn't slam the door. Maybe she's just too tired.
You want my husband? I don't know where he is. He'll be back tonight. Late, I suppose.
We want to free women from a terrible situation. Did you know that a man can drink himself stupid, drink up all the money, and take what little his wife earns and drink that up too?
I know.
He can come home dead drunk and beat you up every night.
I know that.
And you can't divorce him because he owns everything. The clothes on your back, he owns, and you'll have nothing.
And he'll keep the children And if he drinks himself to death, we'll be left without a penny.
We want to change all that. We are petitioning the legislature for a law granting women.
I'll sign it.
Finally, after 4 months, we have come to the New York State Legislature to present our petition of 20,000 names.
Who signed this petition? Nothing but women and children.
Oh, I'm so mad. Nothing. We are nothing. If we had the power that put you up there, you wouldn't laugh. And believe me, if we had the power to vote, we'd vote your head off.
That was the moment.
And when I met Elizabeth Cady Stanton, short, round-cheeked woman, the little woman, white, fluffy hair, but her words were not fluff. They stirred me to my very soul.
On the street, not far from my house in Seneca Falls. There you were, with your good earnest face, dressed all in silk hat, all the same color, only relieved with pale blue ribbons. Neatness and sobriety you were. When you smiled, I liked you thoroughly.
I'm spellbound. You were my teacher, my inspiration, my philosopher.
You were my general, planning, organizing, turning ideas into action. My own little Napoleon.
And baby-minder, don't forget that. Not another one, Elizabeth. Enough is enough. 6 is enough. 7.
But you loved my children.
Pulling them round the garden in that little wagon while you wrote speech after speech, resolutions, petitions. I was happy.
How bossy you were. Remember when you locked me in the hotel room?
And you are not coming out until you write that speech.
I wrote the speech.
A fine speech.
Oh, the fights we had. At the dining room table, I'm writing. You're pacing up and down. Susan, you're making me nervous.
You? Nervous? Ha! Never.
Oh, then we have a fight.
And you storm out of the room, and I storm out by the opposite door, each of us walking in the garden. And then walking together, holding hands.
Miss Anthony?
Yes.
Try another tack. What is the secret of your work?
Secret? No secret. If there's something to do, I do it.
And you finally won in the New York State Legislature.
Oh, yes. The New York State Legislature passed a law giving women equal property rights and mothers equal rights to the children with the fathers. Only a few years later, they rescinded the law.
Rescinded? All that work for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing.
Did you ever lose hope?
No,
Failure?
there is no failure. Failure is impossible. There's just getting on.
A warrior. A small silver-haired warrior. But I don't believe her.
Sometimes, perhaps, I do get a little weary. Oh, Mrs. Stanton, I long to rest my whole soul close. There is so much to discourage me, and I feel alone.
You are not alone.
But it's usually just one of my tired moments.
You've worked so hard, haven't you, Miss Anthony? And you fought to end slavery. You were active in the Underground Railroad. You stood by Sojourner Truth.
Oh, now, there was a woman, 6 feet tall, and any insult that could be hurled for being black, for being a woman, was hurled at her. She kept on.
And finally, you won.
Years and years. And finally, what did we win?
The right of male citizens to vote shall not be denied on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. Hear, hear.
And our rights? We women are black, white. We have many colors, different races. Servitude, oh yes, we have that.
Susan, I know you're disappointed.
Frederick Douglass, how could you desert us?
Can you not wait until the cause of the Negro man is safe? You know I am in support of women's suffrage, but the times are still perilous.
Wait, be patient. How long have we women been here? I'm tired of being patient. If we can't get the Congress to accept us, we will go state by state.
You were campaigning not long ago in the West.
Ah, that's where we win. The West, strong, independent folk, pioneers. The East, fogies. Wyoming granted the vote in the 60s. Colorado has just come in.
There are some people in Colorado who say that women's suffrage will lead to an increase in female insanity.
Well, let's look at statistics. Women have been voting in Wyoming for over 30 years. Now, there's just one insane person in the whole state. And that one is a man.
You were in South Dakota recently, were you not?
Last year, Anna Shaw and I, Reverend Anna Shaw and I, toured the whole state.
How difficult for you. Traveling up a rough road by wagon, train, stairs, no hotel.
She wants to say, difficult at my age.
She's in her 70s.
She thinks I'm too old to go gallivanting about. But oh, Anna, what a time we had.
We're in the uncovered wagon, 8 hours. Sand like powder, finding us sinking deeper and deeper. No sleep last night. We shared a one-room cabin with the whole family. Water so brackish you can hardly drink. Made it into tea. Worse. A bath? Oh, please. Fuel is buffalo manure. Smell permeates everything we eat. Middle of the night, cold, freezing. We've left Custer City. Our hosts have lent us their buffalo coats. Huddled in the open wagon, heats, blocks of heated wood at our feet.
An adventure.
Full moon in the sky. Trees covered with hoarfrost. Cold still there seems to sparkle in the bloody light. All night long we're talking. Plans, dreams. The vote will happen. Soon it must happen. Buffalo Gap. No train. No one at the station. No room at the station house. Cuspidor, a ticket office, a stove. You sit on the floor, you share out your few raisins for breakfast. Still no train. I pace up and down the platform. You lean against the wall, bury your face in your hands.
I had a good sleep.
4 hours late, the train comes. Finally, we arrive for the meeting.
Well, the meeting's been canceled.
Why?
Well, all the ministers in town got together and they persuaded us it'd be better not to have no suffrage meeting tonight, it being Sunday and all.
Susan, what can we do?
We can rent a hall.
It was glorious. The church singers singing, the great audience interested.
South Dakota?
South Dakota is bitter. 3 years of drought. Starved horses, starved cows. Everywhere the grass withered. Her face is withered. I know she's only in her 20s. Standing in front of that tumble-down house, she stares past us, thinking over the question.
Hardest thing to bear about pioneer life? Sit in my sod house at night and listen to the wolves all over the graves of my babies.
Such misery. That's what I remember. Not mine, theirs.
And you go on with your great battle for suffrage.
Go on, of course.
You haven't been much maligned.
Oh, have I?
Burn her! Burn her in effigy! Burn her! Burn her in effigy!
Burn her! Burn her in effigy!
You did that, didn't you? One cold January night in Syracuse.
Old, angular,
Unsexy!
repulsive, and that voice!
Well, you try speaking with a full dental plate in your mouth that doesn't ever fit right.
Ugly as a white fence.
Don't forget the newspapers.
Lean, cadaverous, and intellectual.
New York World, 1866. How about 1873? The Western Press.
Bold dash of intense vanity, coupled either with lamentable ignorance or a guilty intention to misrepresent.
What else does it say? Go on. Outside of this.
Outside of this, her argument was well stated, and her deductions generally logical.
I like that one.
And now, after 50 years of struggle, now they sit at your feet. And you don't know about President.
Well, they certainly don't sit at my feet. As for that Grover Cleveland, what right has he to talk about the sanctity of the home with his mistresses in the White House and carrying on? Ridiculous. But Teddy Roosevelt was no better. Oh, I wanted to light a fire under him.
Mothers bring you their babies.
Oh, Miss Anthony, we've come 25 miles to your rally here in Lincoln, Kansas. Oh, me and my daughter to see you.
How old is your daughter? She was very small.
Oh, 4 weeks. I want you to hold her. Oh, could you take her, please?
I hold this tiny baby in my arms.
When she is all grown, I will tell her Susan B. Anthony held you in her arms.
And no more name calling.
Apparently, I'm not ugly anymore. But I haven't changed. You see, I'm certainly no prettier. At first, they laughed. Then, when my message began to be taken seriously, they got angry and vicious.
Hippo, I had harlot, creature!
But when I wouldn't go away, they got used to me. They even began to expect me. If I didn't appear at meetings, they got nervous. As for the press, well, you know, Nellie, I've always been a copy. You know, it even makes fun of my clothes anymore. Everyone knows my red shawl. Well, sometimes I need to change. So tonight, I will wear my new white shawl to the suffrage convention. Only the reporters, the newspapermen, don't like it one bit.
I've been up from the Washington press corps, Miss Anthony. Will you open it, please?
It says, no red shawl, no report. You won't come at the convention.
We will not.
All right, please. I sent to the hotel for it. Minutes pass. The audience is silent.
We're all Here's your shawl, Miss Anthony. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
I put it on.
All right.
And reporters, take up their pencils.
I wonder what has kept her going this many years. What faith?
She wants to ask me whether I believe in God. Oh, Elizabeth, if you were here, you'd give her a good talking to.
Susan, you are a coward.
At least I'm not a bigot.
You're calling me.
Oh, that's right. You're an atheist.
Agnostic.
That still doesn't give you the right to persecute women who believe. Liberals can be bigots too.
Don't you know the worst bigot of all is the church, and you're truckling under to them?
Well, we have to welcome everyone. We're not about to persecute women because they are Catholic or Jewish or Muslim.
All you care about is making the movement popular.
Well, of course I do. Don't you see, all this anti-religion fuss is just distracting from the main work. The vote or nothing, you said so yourself.
Don't you see that until women are emancipated from their superstitions, enfranchising them with the vote will do no good? Until they can think for themselves, giving them the vote will do no good at all.
And I say that women must be enfranchised before they can be emancipated from superstition. And don't you see that women will only think for themselves when they realize that what they think matters, when their voices can be heard through voting.
Before they can be free to vote, they need to be free to think.
Well, what good are thoughts without the power to make them real?
That was a fight.
Wonderful. But it went on and on. People began to worry.
If they split, what'll happen in the movement? We'll fall apart!
Then you came out with your woman's Bible. That made things even worse. Oh, the uproar, the flap.
How dare she rewriting the Holy Scriptures from a woman's point of view?
Blasphemy! I propose we censor Mrs. Center.
Out! Out! Out of the connection!
We demand a resolution against
You
her.
had better not begin resolving against individuals, or you will find no limit. This year it may be Mrs. Stanton. Next year it may be me or one of you. Will you vote to censure a woman who has stood for half a century as the acknowledged leader of progressive thought, fighting for the absolute freedom of women?
You calmed them down. Thank you, dear friend.
I still don't agree with you.
As usual. Oh, you are a thorn in my side.
I'm a thorn in your side.
I suppose you'd like a divorce. Oh, wait, I will hear no such proceedings. I consider our relation for life. So make the best of it.
I did.
You did.
Do you believe in God?
Believe, not believe what is so important.
So you don't believe in God?
I don't believe that there is any God of the universe who is made happy by my getting down on my knees and calling him great.
Try again. Miss Anthony, we hear that you're interested in the works of a Miss Annie Besant.
Oh yes, the noted English spiritualist.
Does this mean that you believe in her theory of reincarnation?
I'll tell you the really humiliating part. After a soul has lived in the heavenly kingdom for 15,000 years in glory, in order to come back here to help us poor creatures, it has to resort to the doubtful process of getting born and going through mumps and measles and teething over and over again.
So you don't accept any established religion?
I think you and I better just hang on to this world and keep tugging away to make things better for the next generation.
Do you firmly believe that women will get the vote?
It will come. But I will never see it.
Have you ever prayed, Miss Anthony?
I pray every single second of my life. Work is my prayer.
Are you afraid of
She knows she's dying.
Talk to me, Susan. Talk to me about all of us meeting somewhere, someplace, after.
I know what she wants. If I say I have faith, I'm lying. And I've always been such a terrible liar.
Susan?
She wants comfort. Words. Any words. What she gets from me is silence. And now, every hour of every day, I feel her gone from me.
Do you believe?
I believe that no particle of matter is ever lost. So why should any particle of mind be ever lost? Now, the thought of death doesn't bother me. Not my death.
Telegram, Miss Anthony, from Miss Stanton.
Your daughter, Elizabeth, but why is she writing?
Read it, please.
My hands are shaking.
October 26, 1902.
Mother passed away today. So few words. So plain. But the world goes on and on. I can think of nothing.
Miss Anthony!
I don't know anything about hell or heaven, or if I shall ever meet my friends again. Any more questions, Miss Bly?
But Susan, you do know.
Elizabeth.
Please. Call me Nellie.
Nellie. Oh, yes. And you must call me, and you call me Susan.
Susan. Many people call you Aunt Susan.
The young ones, they're all my nieces. I never had children. I never got married, but my family
Is the world. So many friends.
The enemies have gone quiet. I don't hear them.
And you and Frederick Douglass, you had a notable disagreement, well, falling out actually. He championed the Negro vote before the women's
The
vote.
Negro man's vote. What about Negro women? What about all women? What about everybody? Oh dear, why am I still?
Did you ever, before...
Years and years of silence between us. Your friend.
I
Many
told you.
years. Came back.
I promise.
Come. Let me help you to the speaker's platform. Take my arm.
I'll take your arm. So good.
So good.
You became reconciled.
What a speech he gave to the convention. All the fire, all the old...
It must have been quite a shock to you.
The world.
Only hours later.
I ran. I left the hall. I ran.
You ran to me and you were too late.
How could you?
Dying is not an invitation, Susan.
I know.
Thank you for staying with my wife, Helen, those next days. You stayed in your own room at the house, Helen, with your portrait up on the wall. I never took it down.
I stayed. I wanted to do something. I kept waiting for...
I was there.
Were you? Were you? Watching.
She's gone away from me again. Miss Anthony! Susan?
Come back. I must come back. Yes?
Have you ever been in love?
In love? Bless you. I've been in love 1,000 times.
Really? This is it! An exclusive! Her confession!
I've lived, stayed alive long enough, after all the curses, the sneering, the shouting, the squeezing, to hear that.
She's letting me know the interview is over. I guess I'll just tiptoe out. Miss Anthony, what are you dreaming of now?
Why, of all people, do I dream of night? Why? Oh, the interview, of course. So long ago. In Philadelphia, wasn't it? But we made the Sunday edition of the New York World. A whole page. 7 pictures. 7 pictures of me, 76. Well, why not? Now it's 1903. I'm 83. I'm still here, in Washington, waiting for the convention. It's already begun. I'm late. Oh, there's Anna, one of my nieces, looking for me. Now, Susan, they have a new president. Carrie Chapman Catt is going to do just fine. You chose her yourself, so they can do very well without you. I'll just slip into the hall quietly.
There she is!
What's the uproar? What has happened?
You happened, Aunt Susan?
I happened.
Susan B. Anthony died in 1906. She was 86. She never got to see the day women got the vote.
But I never doubted.
Her funeral was in Rochester.
No grieving. No shades drawn, no black crepe hung, please.
Over 10,000 mourners came to say goodbye. Many black people. One white-haired Negro man limped down the aisle, stood a moment at the casket, plucked a leaf from one of the flowers. He said,
I'll keep this to remember Miss Anthony by.
I want no tears. Pass on and go on with the work.
Thank you and welcome everyone again for the show. We are Relevance for Exhibition. Come back, have a drink, have a snack, some air. We would like you to come back in 10 minutes. Thank you.
good old bugle boys, and let the truth be known that women have as many rights as any man I've known. And let us help her win the fight she may not win alone. Come, we go marching together. Hurrah, hurrah, let's sound the bugle clean. Hurrah, hurrah, it sounds for you and me. That voting is an equal right, and always it must be. Come, we go marching together. Hurrah, hurrah, let's sound the bugle call. Hurrah, hurrah, it sounds for one and all. That voting is an equal right, and always it must be. Rise up, awake and heed the call for equality and freedom.
Pardon, sir.
Who did this? Well, of course they did. She did. Awful, evil, scheming woman. She's bribed the maid, the bellboy, the elevator man, everyone in this hotel. Just what Mr. Adolph Waltz has been waiting for. On the eve of a crucial vote for the 19th Amendment, the New York Times has learned that Carrie Chapman Catt, champion of women's rights, is being kept isolated in her hotel room and has taken to drink out the window, watching.
Well, she'll try to hide it, of course.
I'll hide in the suitcase.
And I can't go through her suitcase or anything like that. Of course I can. I'll just say the maid, Sally, found it when she was straightening her knees on the sofa. Okay? Well, it's prohibition, my dear. I'll report it to the manager. We can't have that sort of thing going on at the Hermitage. All right. And then who shall I tell first? The Times or the Tennessee papers? No, I'll give the Times an exclusive.
I know, down the toilet. No, fumes, whiskey stinking up the whole room.
Chief, we heard something. Are you all right? Your heart?
Anything to ruin me. Carrie Chapman Catt, drunk and depraved in her hotel room.
I'm sure it's nothing like that. Oh, yes, I remember. One of our reporters, she asked if we would keep it for her.
A reporter? Under my pillow? And you believe that?
Just give the bottle to me, Chief. Try not to get excited.
And what are you going to do with it? You know they go through our trash.
I'll hide it.
Where? Not in the hotel. But we have to hide it. I know. Come on.
Chief, you're not leaving.
I want to be sure.
We all thought it best, and you agreed.
Not to show my face because it will give them an excuse to point fingers and call us all carpetbaggers, and we can't afford bad publicity.
Promised.
Only a few days, I said to myself. A week at most. Then it will all be over. We'll have our 36th state. We'll celebrate. I'll do my little victory dance.
We love your victory dance.
And then I can go home. Rest. Put my feet up. Putter around my garden. Tell Mary all about it. We'll have a few laughs and... That was June. Here we are. August. And one adjournment after another. I am so
tired of it.
Chief, of course you're tired coming here right after Europe.
International conference. French and German women just after the war. The war is still so alive. Husbands killed. Sons killed. The women are cold, angry. Even to sit at the same table, be in the same room, I thought, this'll be impossible. But they did it. They looked at each other and wept and shook hands. And here we are fighting for our lives against these idiot Southern belles and their dirty tricks.
Keep your voice down.
It's being cooped up in this stifling room and the heat and It's empty. We can go down the back stairs. Come on. We'll sneak down the gates. Come on, Harriet. Let's go. Quickly. Oh!
Hey! Watch it, will you? Oh, for me? Oh, that's awful fun. Hey! Aren't you one of them girls come up here all the way from New York City to cause trouble? One of them, suffrage.
Run!
Now they're stealing our whiskey. Where's this elevator in this damn hotel? Ah! Who are you? Oh! Hey, Joe Hanover. Listen, you gotta help me. They stole my last bottle, taking it all the way to New York City.
Easy, Sam, easy. Where the hell am I? You're on the second floor of the Hermitage Hotel.
The second floor? I wanna go to the 8th floor. Why can't I go back up there?
Because you've been up there long enough.
It's free liquor, Joe.
And we need you sober for the vote tomorrow.
Voting? Who's voting?
Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, the State House.
10 o'clock? Ooh, that's awful early. Hey, the house ain't even in session.
Special session called by the governor. You're not going back.
I forgot something.
Yeah, you forgot something, all right. 19th Amendment. One more state to ratify. Tennessee, Sam. We're gonna make history.
Nah, I'm just a simple farmer and a fiddler. That's it. I left my fiddle up there. I gotta know.
You are a legislator, Sam. Remember? What you win, huh? We did. You're one of ours. You believe in democracy, equal rights for women.
Yeah, there was something about women. It's all about women.
19th Amendment. Ring a bell?
It just came to me. We're voting to ratify the 19th Amendment so that women all across the country get to vote.
And you're voting with us, Sam.
No.
What?
Sorry, Joe. I'm gonna have to leave your suffrage because the aunties are paying $200.
Sam, my good old fella, you sold out too cheap. I hear they're paying the others $500.
Well, crooked son of a bitch. I'm gonna vote with you, Joe.
That's the spirit. Come on.
Chief, we've been driving almost an hour.
A little further. I still see houses. What? There's a car behind us. Quick, turn down this lane. See, I told you they'd be following us.
It's speeding past us.
They may turn around.
How about right over there? We put it in the haystack.
No, obvious. Two women walking up to a haystack with a bottle?
It's in an empty field.
Trees all around. Anyone could be watching. Keep going.
Chief, you know we'll have a meeting back at the hotel in just 2 hours. Shall I turn around?
Yes. Oh, no! Wait, look! See? Little stone wall with vines growing over it? We'll just push the vines aside and shove it into crevice.
Those vines are poison ivy.
Right!
Nothing, man. Sally went through the suitcase, under the bed, nothing in the whole place. Except under the bed pillow.
What?
A book.
Book? Oh, Pussy Carl Marx? Das Kapital?
The maid gave it to me. I think it's some kind of a murder mystery.
You give me that.
Murder mystery.
Shall I try to put it back?
No! I need to go through this some more. In the meantime, you will just have to go back in there and look some more.
No, ma'am.
Excuse me.
She just got back. They're having a meeting in her room.
Well, that's perfect. You can stand by the door and report to me everything.
It'd be better if I could deliver a message. Get inside the room.
Yes. Hold on. Let me think. Oh, I know. All right now. And you watch her face when she reads that.
Sure will. And,
Here's your dollar. Now hurry!
Aunt Judy, what are you doing?
We gotta talk.
I gotta deliver a message.
I know all about that. Now you're gonna listen to me.
Seth Walker lifts that gavel. Roll call. How many years? How many years? 87 years. How many rallies? How many petitions? Hundreds, thousands. And now tomorrow our 36th state victory!
It's not looking so good.
What's the tally?
Somewhere between 40 and 43.
We came in with 62 written pledges. We need at least 49.
And every day we lose more.
And they're all drunk. And the ones who are still conscious, well, they won't look us in the eyes. What about the list?
You mean the bribables? Every single one checked out true to form.
The railroad industry, the liquor industry, the Ku Klux Klan. What am I missing?
They're wearing the red rose in their buttonhole.
Red rose? Symbol of what? Motherhood? Pride of the South? Try bribery, blackmail, and when that doesn't work, murderous threats. Why I'm surprised. How's Johanna doing?
So far, he's turned out to be a great floor leader. Rounding him up and won't let him go.
But the aunties have started calling him names. Nigger lover, kite. I mean, he gets anonymous threatening phone calls. Oh, he's got police protection now, around the clock. Good. Look at that young one. Henry something or other from that little town in East Tennessee. He seemed honest, sincere.
Harry Burns from Nyota, small town little west of Athens. He's a first-time legislator, the youngest in the House. Lives at home, supports his mother and his two sisters. We think he's still with us, but he's gotten very quiet lately. And he's Herschel Candler's protege, reading the law under him.
Oh, that's bad. Candler, Senate caucus leader? Oh, we know they're dead set against us. Well, we've got the Senate, which means we've got 35 and a half states. It's the House that we need. Let's just pray Seth Walker can hang on as Speaker and steer it through.
But no one has seen Seth Walker lately. No one knows where he is.
You don't think? Impossible. He's on the Men's Ratification Committee. He's pledged. Go find him. And that Harry Bird, too.
Harry Burns did say he would vote with us.
No, he said he would do nothing to hurt us.
Well, what does that mean? Not a clue.
Well, go find him. All of you, go find your legislators. Stay right on top of them. Is someone at the train station? Yes. Good. We don't want anyone sneaking off home before the vote.
And the ones who are too drunk to vote?
Throw them in the shower. Stay after your legislators, girls. Give them no peace. We want them sober in the morning. Sober enough to vote. This is a fight to the death.
Oh, and I've got a whole page. The Confederate flag on top. I designed it myself. Cost a pretty penny, but it was worth it. We appeal to you in the name of the South, in the name of Tennessee, in the name of millions of Southern women. We appeal to the unquestioned chivalry of the South. This is the most important issue confronting us since the Civil War. Stand up for states' rights, for white civilization. Vote no on the Susan B. Anthony Amendment. Tomorrow's edition. Oh, Josephine, they said. You put an ad in the Tennessean? That suffragist paper? How could you? Oh, smell. Yes, sirree. And I will make sure there's a copy on every legislator's desk. They're coming our way. Minds and hearts, they're turning our way. Momentum is on our side.
You've been taking her money. That one over there, haven't you? How much?
Just $1 every once in a while.
You know what you're doing, don't you? Spy.
Aunt Julie, why are you on to me like this? Those black women are crazy. What do you care?
Because we need the vote.
But we already
Who's
have.
we? You mean black men? I'm not we.
I'm trying to say, we already have the vote, and what good does it do? They have their ways. Stopping us at the polls, making us pay a tax, threatening, take a test, you know that.
And I say women need to vote, and we're not quitting no matter who.
Okay, black women got to vote too. But these white women, why shouldn't I take their money? Why this one, Miss Josephine Pearson over here. Why, if that amendment goes through, it'll be the end of civilization as we know it. While there'll be Negroes rule in Tennessee. They may even get voted into the legislature.
And you're helping them.
I'm just taking their money.
Spine is spine.
No, it isn't. Listen, they're gonna know the truth sooner or later, one way or another. And that one, she is as bad as that one.
Carrot chop and cat.
You know her.
Oh, yeah. And we've been working a very long time together.
I admire, sir, the way you chair our Republican caucus.
You say a word, Harry. I'll wear themselves out.
Looks like we're all for the amendment, Mr. Campbell.
Or don't you believe it? It's talk. Nothing but sheer vocal cowardice. You'll see. When it comes down to it, we've got the votes to squash this thing once and for all. Pledged yourself to the stuff, did you? Those women will wrap themselves around your neck. Whisper in your ear.
Well, I wouldn't say exactly.
Just keep quiet, boy. Follow my lead.
Sir, I admire you for all you've taught me, and I respect your judgment. But there's nothing wrong with women voting, is there?
Harry. Well, it's not about voting. That's just pretense. A smoke screen. What they're really trying to do is bring back the horrors of the Civil War. Negroes lording it over us. Taking over the state. Getting their revenge with the ballot box. Well, that's what it is. Revenge. Revenge of the masses. The black masses. Man, you know that Carrie Chapman cat? Well, she's a Bolshevik if ever there was one.
Well, I mean, if white women are voting, that ought to cancel out the black women's vote.
Harry, do you know the percentage of white women voted in California this past election now they've got the vote? 20%. Did you know the percentage of black women voted in California that same election? Over 90%. Think about it.
Oh, but this is Tennessee.
And they'll deliver here too. Said it in so many words, that Juno Frankie Pierce. Oh, she's been at it for so many years. People even calling her Aunt Judy.
We are going to make you proud of us because we are going to help you help us.
Oh, said it right here.
Here? In the state house. A black woman.
Those New York Society Socialists invite the black woman to lecture them in the state house. Just a taste of things to come. Oh, we got to stand firm, boy. Harry, your family's counting on you to get reelected this fall. And you know those folks in New York don't want that amendment.
Oh, but my mother.
You make them proud. Get yourself reelected. Listen, I can help you. Or not. Understand?
Thank you, sir.
Just keep your head down, boy. Follow me.
Message for you, Miss Cat.
Who said this?
Don't know, man. I got my orders from downstairs.
Herschel Candler speaking on the Senate floor.
So that's all right then?
Yes, thank you. You can go. Thank you very much. You are being dictated to by an old woman down here at the Hermitage Hotel whose name is Kat. I think her husband's name is Tom. Very funny. Mrs. Kat is nothing but an anarchist. Where have I heard that before? Have you read that speech of hers before an audience in New York when she said that she would be glad to see the day when Negro men could marry white women? I've got to stop this. Harriet! We're sending out a press release, all the papers, national, yes, today. It is an absolute fabrication that I have at any time advocated intermarriage between the white and Negro races. It's not enough. Denial is not going to be enough. We've got to say, I don't want to. I don't believe. We don't have a choice. Furthermore, I consider it to be an absolute crime against nature.
And Judy, do you know what she just wrote for all of the newspapers that Mrs. Cat about a black man and a white woman getting married?
I know. Crime against nature. She's wrestling with her conscience.
How do you know she's wrestling?
Anyway, it's just words. Doesn't matter. But oh, it hurts. Woo! Especially from her. And Miss Anthony, she's rolling in her grave when she hears words like that.
I told you she is just as bad as that one.
Don't you see, Jacob? It's people doing stupid things when they're afraid. She's afraid they'll call her a nigger lover and she'll lose Tennessee. White men don't vote for nigger lovers. They're afraid too.
Of who? Us?
Loved us when we were their slaves, right? Everything fine and dandy in the world. Good old days. But don't you believe it? They were scared to death, and they scared to death of us still. That's why they knock us down every chance they get.
Seems like everybody around here is afraid.
Oh no, we're not afraid. Afraid is for white folks. It goes with a guilty conscience.
Please, ladies, you gotta leave. Stop rattling your signs around and running your mouths outside. We're trying to work. Can't you get Can't talk, can't deliberate. We're doing this.
Well, no, maybe you need to
As the Constitutional Amendments Committee decided on its recommendation.
No, sir, we have not yet decided.
House adjourned till tomorrow, Tuesday morning.
They what? Adjournment till tomorrow morning. Need more time to consider such a momentous decision.
Need more time to bribe and threaten. This is terrible.
Chief, the Nashville Davidson County delegation, 5 of the 7 who've been pledged for ratification,
I know.
announced they've gone over to the Antilles. Hooray, the South rises again.
Where was Seth Walker?
Seth Walker was the one who proposed to the adjournment.
So impossible. Does he realize what he's just given them?
And he stepped down from being speaker.
We're counting on him. He said as speaker he could deliver the votes. He promised.
Not anymore, and he's down on the floor now, lining up votes against us.
Oh, thank God.
We got him.
Was it liquor or the old L&N?
There's more.
Tell me. Go on. Say it.
Alice Paul.
Oh, that is it. That is all we need. Crazy Alice Paul. Don't tell me she's come to Nashville. What's she gonna do? Chain herself to something? Get arrested? Hauled away? Jail time? Headlines in all the papers? Meanwhile, nobody pays attention to us who are doing the real work. Oh, militant suffragists, my foot. Attention getters. Vaudeville sisters.
She's not coming to Nashville. She's staying in Washington.
Oh. Well, thank goodness for that.
She's sending Betty Graham.
Betty Graham? One of her craziest. And an actress too, isn't she? What's she up to?
Oh, she's gonna confront Seth Walker and call him out for betraying the cause.
Oh, no! That tremendous scene! We'll be the ones who get blamed! Where? When?
I think now, in the lobby?
Look, there he is, Mr. Seth Walker. He's just up behind that palm tree. Ooh, and here she comes after him. I gotta see this. I gotta hear it. I'll be right back.
Now what just so? Ooh. This is scandalous, unladylike, and in public too. Why, it's perfect. It's delicious. Let's get the press.
We've got to stop her! Come on!
I think it's too late!
So, she says, "No, Mr. Walker, Mr. Seth Walker," and she's standing right in front of him on tiptoe, batting her eyes and making pretty. Do I know you, miss? He gives her a look. Oh, Mr. Walker, I'm so glad that I found you. I just wanted to know. Is it true? Is it really true you violate your pledge? Honestly, are you going to betray your word and vote against ratification? The lobby is holding its breath. Why, I just want some information. That's all, sir. And then he lifts up his nose and he comes out with, why, I would let the old Capitol crumble and fall from the hill before I vote for ratification. And I'm going to do everything I can to influence my friends to vote no.
Lord, what a fool!
He walking away. She's calling after him. Was it the governor or the Louisville and Nashville Railroad? What kind of a crook are you anyway? A Governor Roberts crook or an L&N crook? Go, girl!
She said that right in front of everybody. We'll use it. We'll run with it.
And now we're really in for it.
Called him a crook right there in front of everyone. Actually, it was really kind of wonderful.
If I could speak my mind like that just once.
Ill-bred hoydens making spectacles of themselves in public. They're no better than common street females. There's nothing we can do now anyway. They're calling the vote.
I shouldn't be there.
Gee, you don't want to start, you cops.
Here she comes, the evil genius from the north.
The shameless one.
How they love to hate me. Well, let them hate me.
Gee, you're not gonna go down.
No. Go on, go to the state house. Come back and tell me.
The clerk will now call the roll.
Objection!
Oh, God. I cannot bear this waiting.
I'm a prisoner.
Dignity. Josephine, just hold on to your dignity above the fray. Oh, isn't that what we're fighting for?
Stay put, you've done what you can.
I have done everything.
There's nothing left.
I
can only pray.
Dear God, please save the staff.
Please, ladies, let me through.
You're wearing the red rose. How could you betray us, Mr. Burke?
I promise I'll do nothing to harm you.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
Please leave me alone. I have to take my seat. I have to vote. I don't have to vote. I could just sit still and not answer.
Letter for you, sir. Just arrived.
Mother, something's happened at home.
Tell me. Right now, it looks as though we've got 48 left.
48? That means a tie. The amendment's dead. Killed by one vote. It's too cruel.
They're gonna call the roll any minute.
Go! Go!
Doesn't look so good.
Oh, don't take on, Andrew. What would you do with the vote anyway?
What would I do with it?
Vote for president in November? That Mr. Hardy, Mr. Cox? One's as bad as the other, if you ask me. All pussyfooting on women's rights. Just a bunch of hot air and vague promises. And what is the vote gonna do for us? If you ask me, they're making too much out of this vote. It ain't gonna get my sister out of jail any sooner.
Your sister's in jail because she wouldn't let that white man have his way with her. Fit him good and proper where it hurts.
Assault and battery. 4 years.
Now, how is voting gonna help that, huh?
I'll tell you. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with that vote. With all our votes here in Tennessee, we're going to get the government to start us up a school.
A school. That's it.
So your sister can go and learn and come out able to make a decent living and doesn't have to be any white man's house servant or his little plaything. Ooh, the Tennessee Vocational School for Colored Girls. Hey!
Well, I don't know. All of this fuss for a girls' school?
And we'll have a school for you too, young man. Time for you to learn a few things. You want to be a bellboy all your life?
Be what?
You're smart. You're listening to all this. You're thinking.
Could I be
Why not?
a lawyer?
Hey! I think you better be a lawyer if you're going to run for legislature.
I would, wouldn't I?
Lobby will be buzzing with rumors. I could just sneak down.
Yeah, well, if I could just step out for a few minutes, maybe I would hear some.
You!
Running away, Miss Cat. Sneaking back to New York City, tail between your legs.
All those lies. All those dirty tricks.
Lies? Who's the biggest liar around here?
How can you stand to look at yourself in the mirror? Aren't you ashamed?
Didn't you just say, big and bold, that a black man and a white woman marrying is a crime against nature? Well, is that what you believe? Or was that just something you said so you could fool us into believing you weren't down here to destroy the South?
But you're the ones who are destroying the South, dragging it back to the Dark Ages.
Was it a lie? Or was it the truth? I mean, do you stand here and tell me you honestly believe in the separation of the races?
That's not what I said.
No, and it's not what you said up north either, right? Everyone together, regardless of race, creed, one big stinking melting pot. That is what you really believe. What you said up there. Down here, you think you're so stupid you can lie your head off.
And where did all that money come from you used to bribe half the legislators in this state?
Was it a lie?
All right, fine, it was a lie. Race, color, religion, it doesn't matter. We're all human. We're all in this together. Can't you for one moment forget the lies you've been living all your life?
You talk about how women are going to clean up politics, right? Just give us the vote and we'll purify the country. How about telling the truth for starters?
I had to say that or we'd never win down here and you know it.
So the ends justify the means, does it? And where have I heard that before? Terrorists, tyrants, socialists. I mean, can't you see what politics is doing to you? Look at you. You're standing here in mud and slime up to your knees.
Oh, and you're above it all.
I'm fighting for Christian values, for families, for society, for decent women.
Oh, that is lovely. And let thugs do all of your dirty work for you. You are having the time of your life. Plotting, scheming, posing, speechifying. Why aren't you home with the other white southern ladies tending to your family values? Talk about a political animal.
It's insults, and it's all you have left. Pathetic. We've got the votes.
Oh.
You know it.
We will win.
Face the truth for once, Miss Cat. You and your army of doubtful females have lost the battle here in Tennessee.
I hope there's enough liquor left on the 8th floor, because you're going to need a drink. A big one.
And you are going to need to send your girls home now, right? No more cozying up to nice-looking legislators, knocking on their doors in the middle of the night. Oh, we know what goes on there, and what's that they say? Politics make strange bedfellows.
You are a filthy-minded, foolish woman.
Communist.
Anderson,
Huh?
Bell. Boy. Boyer.
No!
Bratton. Burn. Burn.
Looks like it's gonna be a tie. Looks like they're gonna lose by just a hair. One last vote. Then what are you gonna do, Andrew? I mean, after all the work you did for that girls' school.
Jacob, you think I'm a quitter?
I didn't say that. But like it's real disappointing, isn't it? Failure after everything you've done.
Don't you know there's no such thing as failure? Because as my old friend Susan B said, failure is impossible.
Look at you. Maybe I believe it.
Burn. Marking burn is not responding. Going on. Panel.
Sir, I want you to mark my vote as I want to say that I changed my vote in favor of ratification. First, because I believe in full suffrage as a right. I believe we have a moral and legal right to ratify. Second, because I know that a mother's advice is the safest for a boy to follow. Dear son, everything's fine at home, but we're all waiting to hear from you and how you're doing on this vote. Now, don't forget to be a good boy and help Mrs. Cat. Lots of love, Mom.
No. Hey, this isn't over. Yeah, I'm gonna show you what this. Hey, oh, you better.